Hey guys, it is whatever today is. Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Um, and I've been working on ideas all day to work on the vision board, and that didn't work out, but a whole bunch of other ideas popped into my head, and I'm like, well, might as well do the video. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about 2D, 3D, 4D, different dimensionalities that we're supposed to be working towards attaining. And as far as things go with my life, I don't really see it like that. I see the importance of designating the idea of different levels, but I'm not big on labels. But I thought, there are so many different ways to describe these things that we need kind of an easy peasy way to look at it. So I scribbled down a bunch of ideas. You're welcome. The idea of evolving is duh. I mean, that's why we're here. Like, literally, that's why we're here. It's to evolve, to change, to grow, to learn, to be better. And with the new year coming, that kind of is a big deal, right? Because a lot of people are thinking about resolutions, changes they want to make in their lives, things they want to learn, things they want to try, things they want to be. And so this is a very timely kind of discussion. So I want you to imagine the very basic human experience. And I call this 2D because got to start somewhere. And I really imagine 2D as a prison. Like, literally, you're in your box, meals are being brought to you or served to you, you're being told what to think, you're being shown what you're supposed to be shown, so that your view on life is extremely skewed. But you don't know any better because you're in a box, right? The idea of being in the box is that you live excuses. I can't get out of this box because I'm in this box. You're told what matters. What matters is being in your box and watching whatever they tell you to watch. You have an extremely short-term view, meal to meal, paycheck to paycheck. You're very much being served ideas, everything. You're being served everything. They're force feeding you these things, okay? So that's like the very basic human experience. When we move to, well, I don't want to say human experience because, like, the Aboriginal tribes are so much cooler than 2D. But I think as far as the first world country kind of thing, and I really perceive the box prison as teenage dumb. It is, you're being told by other people what is important: grades, clothing, makeup, boyfriends, bands, TV shows. And it's not really what's important, but it's what's important to you in that moment. And your short term is getting through the semester, your short term is getting through the year, your short term is getting to college, your short term is whatever it is, getting through English class without smacking around the chick in front of you for, whatever. That's teenage dumb, all right? So then we move into 3D. And from that teenage dumb, we move to the college level, okay? And we realize that things aren't as they seem. We're allowed out of our box if we choose. Some people stay in the box their entire life, and that's fine for them, not for the rest of us, obviously. You get freedom. You taste freedom. You experience freedom however your freedom is. Maybe your freedom is coming out. Maybe your freedom is not being so shy. Maybe your freedom is being able to express yourself in a place that's safe and accepting. It's a big deal. It's huge. But there's also downfalls to the idea of 3D. We develop ideas of perfectionism because it's a carryover from 2D. We need to be perfect. We need to be liked. We need to be loved. We need to be wanted. We need to be desired. We need to be blah, 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 blah. And some people stay on that track their entire lives, and that's fine. We see the idea of self as more than the 2D, and we realize the world is much bigger than we thought. we consider ourselves limitless because we're out of our 2D box and we don't realize that the world is tremendous and we're not quite as limitless as we think. But we think we're limitless. We also think that we can cure everything with a magic pill. If we learn to manifest, if we learn the law of attraction, if we can rescue a puppy, do we think that there is a magic pill? If we can just lose 5 more pounds, we will find the perfect man. If we can lift 50 more pounds, then we will attract the kind of woman that we want. Just look at the magazine spreads. That is very much the 3D reality. There's very little direction. We find ourselves searching for more, but we don't really understand what we're looking for. We think that we're better than other people. This is a very big key of 3D, because the shift from 3D to 4D really focuses on that. So in 3D, we think that we're better than other people for whatever reason. I'm taller than you, so I'm obviously better than you. I wear glasses, and therefore I am far more awesome than you. That's 3D, because we have to live by comparison, because we no longer have our box. We've gone beyond being force-fed. We have to compare in order to make ourselves seem better, bigger, likable, awesome, wanted, desirable. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense. All right, then we shift into 4D. And I never got to pursue my doctorate, but I understand that this is kind of graduate school level, all right? And I don't want you to think that the shifts are permanent, because some days I'm all up in 5D, and then the next day, like the kids smear poop on the wall, and I'm back in 2D going, why aren't I Martha Stewart, and why am I cleaning crap off of the walls? Like, just random, realistic human things, like, get your thinking shifting. But random, realistic things shift your thinking too. You may witness a miracle, and you're like, whoa, the world just completely tilted on its axis and went around my head, and I can't believe that happened. How to, and you kind of, so you're not stuck. You don't graduate. You can go right back down and right back up. It's up to you. So I don't want the 3D perfectionist people thinking we have to get to 5D. No, dude, you do what you do. You work on you, and if you're working on going to 4D and staying to 4D, then go for it. All right, no rules, no labels. It's okay. 4D. 4D, we start to see ourselves in others, and we start to see other people in ourselves. This is the key. This is the key to 4D. Whereas in 3D, we're comparing. In 4D, we're seeing, we're perceiving, we're actually seeing. I can see somebody and be like, oh my gosh, they totally have the determination I have. I really like they have awesome hair like me. Who else? I'm trying to think. I really see my, now I can't think of any examples. I see my compassion. I see that person being extremely empathetic. There you go. I see that they have a wonderful talent that they're looking to develop. I also have a wonderful talent that I'm looking to develop. Just simple, little less physical characteristics, way more heart and mental characteristics, okay? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. We see ourselves as pieces of the puzzle, because we are. But we see ourselves more as serving a role. Our role is important. Every one of us is here for a reason. We all are pieces on the chessboard or risk board, whatever game you're playing, as long as it's not sorry. We're all connected. We are all connected. That's the big idea for 4D. The idea that we can change and the willingness to change is big 4D. 3D, we can see that there's change. We don't know how to get there. We don't know if we want to go there. The box is so comfortable. Why would we go changing things? That's uncomfortable. It's different. That's scary. 4D, you're like, yeah, sure, why not? What are we going to lose? I mean, really? Change is constant, We have the knowledge that we came here to grow and learn, knowing that we can't control and change others. That's another big thing. We can't control and change others. Knowing that we can't control and change others. Makes me think of a song I have. I'll have to do a thing on that. Only ourselves. And we let go of excuses. Whereas 3D, we use excuses. I can't do that because I'm poor. Whereas 4D is, I need to make more money so I can do that. If I really want to do that, that's what I need to do. Okay? Instead of using excuses, we let go of excuses and we move around and find better, different solutions. I really like the thinking of 4D. It's very creative. It's not linear. It's very wiggle wobble, basically, you know. Time Lord. 4D is a bigger connection to nature. We see this a lot in 3D, that you approach the connection to nature. 4D is really embracing that and knowing that it is a piece of ourselves. Every rock is a piece of ourselves, and there's a piece of ourselves in every rock because matter, you know. Compassion, empathy really is big on this one. We acknowledge the faults in ourselves and others, whereas in 3D it would be somebody else's fault. I'm mad because you made me mad. In 4D, I'm mad. Why am I mad? Let's think about this. You know, the other person is behaving how they are, but I can't control them, so I'd be upset about the situation. See the different perception of thinking? I like that. All right, so 5D. And I want, you know, when we meditate, we're 5D, and that's great. But the rest of us don't really live in 5D because it's very difficult to do, to have a human life and do that. You know, it's a Buddha, but he didn't have a human life. We have to pay bills, go work, raise kids, do things, feed the dogs, walk the dogs, pick up their poop. My whole life is filled with crap in one form or another. 5D, that doesn't really affect. 5D is the reality is that there isn't a difference in ourselves and others. So I see you and I see me and I know that we're the same. There's no question, there's no comparison, there's no identification, it just is. Because we are, you know. 5D is the idea of time as non-linear. Can I go back and time as non-linear? Okay. 4D, we understand that time is not linear. 5D, we understand that time is circular, cyclical. Back, forth, cyclical. Yeah. And that we are serving our purpose by being, by teaching, by living, by showing examples. And we understand that the whole parallel universe thing, that we're here, we're there, we're here, we're there, and it's all happening at the same time. Yeah, it's a tough one for people to hold on to. It's okay. It's okay. Work up to it. Also, the big thing is that holding space is sacred, so that we hold space to allow others to experience what they need to experience. And the theory that consistency is change and change is consistency, and that's life. What did I scribble? The journey of change by being. Yeah, let's go with that. The idea of being perceived by others. So when you perceive someone from any higher state and you're looking down at someone from 2D, if you're in 3D, you want to change the person in 2D to be 3D because you want them to experience the freedom. You want them to have that. You will talk to, you know, your teenage brother or sister and be like, it gets better. Everything changes. It gets better. And that doesn't mean that they're going to go up to your level. They're not, okay? And you realize that in 4D. In 4D, you honor the fact that everyone is on their own life path. You see 3D trying to change 2D, and you're like, yeah, they'll learn eventually, you know? And you see 2D, and you're like, I hope that they see the light. I hope that perhaps they see me living my life, and that they realize they can make a change. 5D, you're really just whatever. 5D is pretty much the whatever stage. And I don't mean the whatever and not caring, and whatever and accepting. You can't change anything by changing others. You can only change yourself. And so 5D, the work is very much on yourself. So Buddha, who went to go and sit under that tree, let go of everything else outside. He didn't have to worry about other people not being cared for because he was doing his own thing. Apparently not a mother. Apparently Buddha was not a mom. Because as a mom, 3D or 4D, my kids' needs are first, regardless, period, end of conversation. 2D, you're way more worried about yourself to even care about anything else. Don't knock the stuff over, I'm not done tidying. Like 2D, you care about you and how people perceive you and what you have and what you want and what you need. 3D, it's more how are the people perceiving me. 4D, you're like, I hope other people are cool. 5D, you're like, whatever. Yeah, that sums it up. I'm really glad I made this video. Doggies, can you say hello quietly, please? I like my new journal. It's pretty cool. I'm excited about it. Things are going well. All right, so that's your 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D idea. Now, again, these are very basic labels for ideas that are very complicated. So I don't want you to think that this is above your level. It's not. You just have to break it down into chunks and kind of realize, you know, maybe some of your lives are really 4D. You have an extremely creative career path. And then you get home and you have dogs. Yeah. 3D, 2D. Dogs really live 5D. Yeah, dogs are very 5D. Hi, sweetheart. I love you too. I know. I'm glad you want to be a part of this. But we're going to say goodbye. I love you guys. If you have any questions, message me on the YouTube. Find me on Facebook. Email me at livingmediumship@gmail.com. livingmediumship@gmail.com. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.